Is your phone bill a need or a want? What about eating out, streaming subscriptions, or buying a new car? Understanding the difference between needs and wants is one of the most important money skills you will ever learn. It's the foundation for building wealth, getting out of debt, and taking control of your financial future. And trust me, it's not as simple as it sounds. In this video, we're going to break it down, clearly use real-life examples that you probably deal with every single day. And I will show you how mastering this one skill can completely change your finances for the better. This isn't about cutting out all the fun. It's about making smart, intentional choices that align with your goals. By the end of this video, you'll have a crystal clear framework to look at every single purchase you make. Let's get into it. First, let's define what we're talking about from a financial perspective. What exactly is a need? In personal finance, a need is something that is absolutely required for your basic survival and stability. Think of these as your non-negotiables. Financial needs usually fall into a few key categories. First, housing. You need a roof over your head to be safe. Second, basic food. Not gourmet meals, but the groceries required to keep you healthy and energized. Third, utilities. Things like electricity, water, and heat are essential for modern living. Fourth, transportation to get to work or school so you can earn an income or get an education. And finally, basic health care to keep you physically and mentally well. Needs are what keep you safe, functioning, and able to earn a living. Without them, your well-being or your ability to live a normal, productive life is seriously at risk. A key clarification here is that a need is about function, not about comfort or luxury. It's the baseline, the minimum required to operate effectively in society. It's the difference between having a shelter and having a mansion, or having food to eat versus dining at a Michelin star restaurant. Getting this distinction right is the first major step. So if those are needs, what are wants? A want is anything that improves your comfort, convenience, or enjoyment, but isn't essential for your survival or basic functioning. Wants are the extras, the upgrades, the things that make life more pleasant but aren't strictly necessary. This category includes things like eating out at restaurants, buying brand-name clothing when a generic version would do, subscribing to multiple streaming services, getting the newest gadgets the day they come out, and all sorts of other upgrades and luxuries. Now, let's be very clear, wants are not bad. Life would be pretty boring without them. They bring joy, convenience, and fun. The problem starts when we begin to treat our wants as if they are needs. This is where budgets get blown, debt piles up, and financial stress begins to creep in. Confusing the two is one of the biggest financial traps you can fall into, because it makes you feel like you just covering the basics when you actually spending on luxuries. So why do we get them mixed up so often? Well, modern life is designed to blur the line between needs and wants. Think about it. Marketing is constantly telling us that we need the latest phone to stay connected. Social media shows us curated lifestyles that make luxury look like the new normal. We see our friends and colleagues getting upgrades, and that little voice in our head starts telling us we need them too to keep up. This is what's known as lifestyle inflation. All these external pressures convince us that upgrades are no longer wants, but necessities. But from a purely financial standpoint, the key question you must always ask yourself is this: can I live and function without this? That single question can cut through all the noise and give you clarity. Let's make this super practical with some real-life financial examples. First up, transportation. This is a big one for a lot of people. The need here is reliable transportation to get to work or school. This could be a bus pass, a reliable and affordable used car, or even carpooling with a coworker. The goal is to get from point A to point B safely and on time so you can earn your income. The want, on the other hand, is a brand new car with all the premium features, leather seats, a sunroof, the latest infotainment system, and advanced safety tech. Both the used car and the new luxury car will get you to work, but only one of them will dramatically increase your monthly payment, insurance costs, and property taxes. The lesson here is simple. The need is transportation. The upgrade is the want. The function is the need. The features are the want. Alright, let's move on to our next example, food. This is something we deal with multiple times a day. The need is groceries that meet your basic nutritional requirements. This means cooking at home, buying affordable staples like rice, beans, and vegetables, and planning your meals. It's about fueling your body so you can stay healthy and have energy. The want, however, is eating out frequently, ordering from food delivery apps every other night, buying premium organic snacks when the regular version is just fine, and that daily $5 coffee run. Food itself is a fundamental need, but how you choose to consume that food is what determines whether it becomes a want. Think of it like this: fuel for your body is the need. Convenience, indulgence, and flavor experiences are the wants. There's nothing wrong with those wants, but they must be budgeted for as wants, not as essential food costs. Let's look at one more example that's super relevant today: phones and internet. In our connected world, these feel like absolute necessities. And to a large extent, they are. The need is a basic, functioning smartphone and an internet plan that allows you to communicate, apply for jobs, manage your finances, and stay in touch with the world. You need that connectivity to function in modern society. The want is getting the newest flagship phone every single year, paying for the most expensive unlimited data plan with all the extra add-ons, and subscribing to premium cloud storage you don't even use. The device and the connection are the need. The constant, unnecessary upgrades are the wants. A key insight here is that a need tends to stay fairly stable. The cost of a basic phone plan doesn't change that much year to year, but wants have a tendency to grow over time, always pushing you to spend more. So how does all this actually affect your budget? The impact is massive. When you correctly label your expenses as either needs or wants, a few amazing things happen. First, budgeting becomes incredibly easy. You know exactly what your baseline survival cost is, and you can see how much is left over for everything else. Second, saving and investing suddenly feel possible. Instead of feeling like you have no money left, you can clearly see the money that was going towards wants and decide to redirect it to your goals. And third, the guilt around spending disappears. You're no longer wondering if you should have bought that coffee. If it's in your budget as a want, you can enjoy it guilt-free. You're not saying no to fun. You're simply making a conscious choice about when and how much you spend on it. This puts you in the driver's seat. Okay, so how can you quickly decide if something is a need or a want when you're about to make a purchase? I want to give you a simple 3-question rule you can use. Whenever you're considering a purchase, ask yourself these 3 things. 1. Can I live and function without this for the next month? Be honest. 2. Does this directly help me earn income or maintain my physical and mental health? And 3, is there a significantly cheaper alternative that fulfills the same basic function? If the answer to the first question is yes, and you can live without it, it's likely a want. If the answer to the third question is yes, then the more expensive version is definitely a want. This simple filter helps you pause and think, cutting through impulsive spending habits. Mastering the difference between needs and wants isn't about restriction or deprivation. It's about achieving financial clarity. It's about empowerment. Once you truly control this, everything else in personal finance budgeting, saving for a down payment, investing for retirement, all becomes 10 times easier. You'll be making decisions from a place of intention, not impulse. To help you get started, I put together some beginner-friendly tools and resources in the pinned comment below. They'll help you analyze your own spending and apply these concepts today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more lessons on mastering your money. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.